Hey, stargazers. Are you aware that a huge cosmic event is about to happen? This is a star that shines so brightly it can create shadows during the day on Earth. That's what the star might look like to us. Orion's Betelgeuse constellation is currently acting in a rather mysterious manner. At the moment, scientists believe it might be preparing for an explosion caused by a supernova, and it could illuminate the sky like never before. So, when will this occur, and what will it appear like? Betelgeuse is 650 light-years away and is not your average star. It's a red supergiant and one of the brightest stars in the sky, shining more than 100,000 times as bright as our Sun. This star is well known to many ancient cultures and has guided travelers for centuries. Its reddish hue makes it noticeable against the night sky. If Betelgeuse were to replace our Sun, it would extend all the way out to Jupiter. Despite being 10 million years younger than the Sun, it's huge and burns through its fuel quickly, meaning it won't last long before it explodes in a supernova. When larger stars reach their limit, they don't just vanish, they explode in events that are difficult to comprehend. A supernova can be so brilliant it outshines entire galaxies. The last time Earth witnessed one this close was before the advent of modern telescopes, in 1604. That explosion was called the Kepler supernova. It was so bright it could be seen during the day for weeks. Records from that time remind us how significant such events are. Betelgeuse has been behaving strangely. At the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020, its brightness significantly decreased. This phenomenon, referred to as the Great Dimming, became so noticeable that even casual stargazers detected it. Many believe we may only be decades away from observing its explosion. In April 2023, Betelgeuse abruptly returned to its normal brightness, and then its brightness increased by 50%. Typically, stars like Betelgeuse have regular cycles of brightness, so scientists were surprised by this change. They think it might be releasing gas, like a volcano, which changes how we observe it. Nobody knows precisely what will occur next. Some researchers believe Betelgeuse is about to exhaust all of its carbon and enter its final burning phase, while others believe it's still in the helium burning stage. Regardless, scientists agree that Betelgeuse is likely to be the next supernova in the Milky Way, but figuring out when is anyone's guess. It could be in a few decades or as far off as 100,000 years. When we look at Betelgeuse, we're seeing light that left the star 650 years ago. So, while we speculate about its future, the event may have already occurred. When it does, we'll witness a spectacular cosmic display. A recent supernova in a nearby galaxy, SN 2023 IXF, captured attention and gave us a glimpse of what we might expect from Betelgeuse. It reminded us how everything in the universe is connected. These cosmic explosions influence not just the stars, but our culture as well, impacting art, literature, and even our understanding of the universe. The explosion may affect Earth's technology, especially satellites, which are sensitive to radiation. Betelgeuse serves as a reminder that everything in the universe is in a state of change. As stars fade away, new ones are born. This cycle of life continues across space and time. When Betelgeuse does go supernova, it will draw global attention and serve as a powerful reminder of our place in the ever-changing cosmos. Stargazers understand this well. Can you imagine a star so powerful that it casts shadows during the day? That could happen with Betelgeuse. It's acting strangely, and it might explode soon. Our skies could be lit by a supernova, but when? Scientists say this explosion could be spectacular. Let's explore what's happening with Betelgeuse and its potential effects on Earth and the solar system. Located in the Orion constellation about 650 light-years away, Betelgeuse is not just any star. It's a bright red giant, significantly more luminous than our Sun. But why should we care? Aside from its beauty and long history, Betelgeuse stands out in the night sky. If it replaced our Sun, it would dwarf our solar system. Despite being younger than the Sun, less than 10 million years old, it consumes fuel rapidly and will not live as long. Stars like this don't simply fade away, they explode in supernovae, releasing more energy than we can fathom. A supernova can eclipse galaxies and create shadows on Earth. Since the last supernova close to Earth, Kepler's in 1604, we haven't seen such an event. It was bright enough to be visible during the day for weeks. Historical records from Europe and China describe it vividly. Now, Betelgeuse has started dimming again. Between 2019 and 2023, it transformed significantly. At one point, it dimmed enough to be visibly different in Orion's belt. That suggests an explosion could be closer than we thought, possibly within a decade. By April 2023, its brightness returned to normal, briefly. Then it became 50% brighter than usual. This fluctuation is rare, and scientists are talking about it again. Variable stars like Betelgeuse aren't just twinkling lights, they're living, evolving entities. Previously, Betelgeuse had a typical 400-day cycle, but that pattern broke with the recent dimming. Some suggest the star released a huge amount of material, like a massive space volcano, which temporarily darkened its light. As the cloud lifted, Betelgeuse appeared brighter again. Some believe this indicates it's near the end. When a star like Betelgeuse burns helium, it produces carbon and oxygen. It grows, turns red, and then starts burning heavier elements. Eventually, it forms iron, which doesn't produce energy. Gravity then causes the star to collapse, triggering a supernova. According to some scientists, Betelgeuse is now burning carbon and could explode within decades. Others say it's still burning helium. Either way, it's the most likely candidate for the Milky Way's next supernova. But remember, the light we see is 650 years old. Betelgeuse could have already exploded, we just haven't seen it yet. The recent supernova SN 2023 IXF reminded us of that. It was a bright and powerful event, offering a preview of what we might witness with Betelgeuse. These events don't just teach us science, they shift our perspective. A Betelgeuse supernova would change how we see the sky. It would remind us that nothing lasts forever and that everything, even stars, have lifespans. It would also spark curiosity, art, and inspiration. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, it may send waves of gas across the Milky Way, seeding new stars and planets. Its light will help astronomers study how energy shapes the universe. Supernovae affect not just science but also human culture. Betelgeuse's brilliance could inspire art, books, and a renewed fascination with space, prompting people to consider their place in the cosmos. In astronomy like never before. We're not just talking about a flash in the sky, we're talking about a potential cosmic lighthouse that could redefine how we think about space, time, and our place in the universe. Imagine stepping outside one morning and seeing a new star, so bright it casts shadows even at noon. It would be brighter than a full moon and remain visible for weeks, a glowing reminder in the sky of a celestial death happening light years away. That's the kind of spectacle scientists believe Betelgeuse, sometimes spelled Betelgeuse, might give us. And yet, while we wait, we're also reminded of how long cosmic timelines are. Because Betelgeuse is 650 light-years away, we're not seeing it as it is, but as it was 650 years ago. That means if it has already exploded, the light from that event is still on its way here, a ghostly messenger of a star's final moment traveling across space and time. So, will it explode tomorrow? In a decade? In 1,000 years? No one can say for sure. But one thing's certain, it will explode. And when it does, it'll be the closest and most dramatic supernova humanity has ever seen in real time. A rare chance to witness the death of a star that could outshine the night sky and possibly even change our technological environment here on Earth. As we look to Betelgeuse, we're reminded of how deeply everything in the cosmos is interconnected. Stars die so new ones can form. Their remnants become the building blocks of planets, and even life. We are, quite literally, made of stardust. So, stargazers, stay curious. Stay ready. Because one day, maybe tomorrow or in 100,000 years, the sky might just light up with a farewell flash from Orion's shoulder. And when that happens, the universe will once again whisper its secrets to those watching the stars. In science and space, as it did during Betelgeuse from the Renaissance, which is in the constellation of Orion, it continues to captivate astronomers and scientists alike because of its erratic behavior. It has been a prominent member of stories with cultural significance, inspiring and pointing out this well-known red supergiant to tourists because of its enormous size and brightness. For a long time, Betelgeuse has been seen as one of the night sky's most significant stars. But it is now acting oddly, and scientists are closely monitoring it, as its future could be a crucial aspect of a significant cosmic event. The unpredictability of Betelgeuse lies in its irregular brightness cycle, known as light variability. These shifts in intensity have captivated astronomers for a long time. However, the most recent fluctuations in its luminosity have raised more questions than answers. Unlike other stars that go through a regular cycle, Betelgeuse's erratic behavior has sparked speculation regarding its fate. A significant dimming event occurred in late 2019 and again in early 2023, leading numerous experts to believe it was nearing the end of its life and might soon explode in a supernova. But suddenly, in April 2023, the star re-brightened, igniting even more theories and curiosity. This phenomenon is not uncommon for huge stars like Betelgeuse, which are known to undergo significant shifts toward the end of their life cycles. The core of such stars usually passes through several stages of fusion, first hydrogen, then helium, and eventually heavier elements like oxygen and carbon. In Betelgeuse's case, it burns through its fuel at a phenomenally rapid rate, causing it to grow and become increasingly unstable. When it runs out of fuel, the core can no longer support the outer layers, leading to a catastrophic collapse, and ultimately, a supernova explosion. This process is a natural, though violent, part of a star's life cycle and has significant implications, not just for the star itself, but for the space around it. Betelgeuse is nearing the end of its life and has already begun releasing a significant amount of gas and dust into space. This material forms what astronomers refer to as an envelope around the star, which can obscure its brightness from our perspective. This likely contributed to the recent dimming observed. The expulsion of material is comparable to a huge stellar burp, which temporarily prevents the star's light from shining through. Once the material disperses, the star returns to its original brightness, as seen in the sudden brightening in April 2023. These shifts offer scientists insight into what's happening in the core of the star, though they still have no way of determining the precise moment when an explosion will occur. The most thrilling aspect of Betelgeuse's future is the potential supernova, an event that could be observable even during the day. If the star explodes, it will release a powerful surge of energy and light, possibly rivaling the brightness of the full moon and making it visible in daylight. Not only will the explosion illuminate the sky, but it may also have significant consequences for Earth. The radiation generated by the explosion may or may not disrupt communication systems, satellite operations, or even have an effect on Earth's atmosphere. Although the star is located approximately 650 light-years away, the energy released will still have the potential to alter space conditions. Weather in space could be affected, and the effects of Betelgeuse's explosion may be felt around the planet. There may be widespread cultural and scientific implications. Supernovae have long been sources of artistic inspiration for scientists and philosophers, offering a dramatic reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the vastness of the universe. The light from Betelgeuse's supernova could become a symbol of cosmic renewal. The explosion will release crucial elements into space, assisting in the creation of new planets and stars. A supernova would provide astronomers with valuable information, shedding light on the processes that govern stellar evolution, death, and the timing of such events. Betelgeuse's unpredictability remains a reminder of the dynamic nature of the universe. Astronomers will continue to monitor the star with advanced technology that tracks its every move. The mystery surrounding Betelgeuse serves as a powerful reminder that space is packed with wonders and surprises, many of which Betelgeuse has yet to reveal. The explosion will be more than just a fascinating event for scientists. It will offer a one-of-a-kind opportunity to study the fundamental processes of stellar life and death. When massive stars exhaust their fuel, they undergo rapid changes, expanding and contracting in a stunning display of the universe's power. This material loss is more than a random event, it's part of the star's fateful destiny. As the core can no longer support the weight of the outer layers, they collapse inward, releasing a massive amount of energy, marking the beginning of a supernova. Supernovae are vital to the chemical evolution of galaxies, releasing heavy elements like iron, oxygen, and carbon into their surroundings. These elements are essential for the formation of planets and the emergence of life. The explosion of Betelgeuse will be a major event. It will contribute to the formation of new planets and stars, sustaining the cycle of cosmic rebirth. The heavy elements produced in the explosion will eventually become part of new star systems, and perhaps planets capable of supporting life. The light and radiation from the supernova will be so powerful that they may alter the composition of the interstellar medium. These effects could ripple through the universe, affecting nearby celestial objects and potentially influencing the space environment within our solar system. Although the blast is far enough away to pose no immediate threat to Earth, its energy will serve as a vivid illustration of the forces at work in the universe. Scientists are currently paying close attention to Betelgeuse, gathering as much information as possible about its erratic behavior. With each passing year, they learn more about stellar life cycles and the profound consequences of supernovae. Betelgeuse's eventual explosion will not only mark the end of the star, it will provide astronomers with a wealth of data to deepen our understanding of how the universe evolves. As anticipation builds, the global scientific community remains on alert, knowing that Betelgeuse may become the first supernova witnessed in real time with modern instruments. Telescopes both on Earth and in orbit are now routinely directed toward this mysterious red supergiant, collecting data across the electromagnetic spectrum, from radio waves to gamma rays, in an attempt to catch any early signs of collapse. One of the key questions driving this observation effort is, can we predict a supernova before it happens? Currently, no known method can pinpoint the exact moment of explosion, but Betelgeuse offers a rare opportunity to test theoretical models against real-time data. Its surface activity, pulsations, and emission changes are being studied with unprecedented detail. If scientists are able to correlate any of these patterns with a final explosion, it could change how we monitor dying stars in the future. Beyond the scientific intrigue, Betelgeuse's eventual supernova carries a deeply human element. For centuries, it has been part of human storytelling, mythologies, and calendars. Ancient cultures watched it rise and fall in the night sky, assigning it roles in legends and beliefs. Should it explode in our lifetimes, people across the globe may look up together, not just as astronomers, but as witnesses to a once-in-a-civilization event. Teachers may bring students outside in the daytime to see a second sun shining faintly in the sky. Artists may capture the event through paint, music, or verse. Scientists may share data across countries in a joint effort to understand the aftermath. Betelgeuse, in its final act, might become a unifying spectacle, a cosmic performance that transcends borders and disciplines. And yet, it is entirely possible that Betelgeuse could remain stable for decades, or even centuries more. Stars operate on timescales that far exceed human lives. What feels imminent to us might still be, in cosmic terms, a long way off. But whether it explodes tomorrow or in 100 years, Betelgeuse continues to offer us a humbling lesson in patience and wonder. Its irregular flickers are not just scientific anomalies, they are celestial whispers from a dying giant. A reminder that the universe is alive with change, filled with forces both incomprehensible and awe-inspiring. In the heart of Orion, Betelgeuse waits. And so do we, watching, wondering, ready to learn, and ready to marvel when the sky lights up with the brilliant end of a star's life.